Hello and welcome to another video. If you watched my last video, I said that yesterday was a really good day, and unfortunately today hasn't been quite as good as that. My energy hasn't been that bad today. I had a shower and washed my hair, but as the day's gone on, I have been getting quite a lot of pain in my jaw, which I haven't had for the 2 previous days. And, you know, let's not brush over the fact that me not having a headache for 2 days in a row is a bloomin' miracle. I have one pretty much constantly, so to have 2 days where I didn't have one is just amazing. And although I had one today, the pain was different. It kind of feels like the muscles in my jaw are actually in the process of relaxing. I know that I told you that when I went to the dentist, initially for my jaw pain, he told me that all my jaw muscles on both sides of my jaw were in complete spasm constantly, and that was why I was in so much pain. And to be honest, I think that has been going on for months, maybe even a year or 2. I think it started when I had the nerve damage in my front tooth. Anything that touched my tooth, be it water, food, air, just was searing pain. So I just constantly had my jaw clenched to keep my mouth shut, and I think that was when the clenching started, and through time caused the pain that I've been in the last few months. Anyway, the pain I've been in today is slightly different, so that is a good thing, but we'll see how it is tomorrow. Hopefully it will be better. I have watched far too much TV today. Seriously, I watched the first episode of the 2nd season of Victoria, which was really good. Then I watched the Game of Thrones finale, which was amazing. I'm feeling a bit lost knowing that I'm going to have to wait a year for a new episode. It's very, very sad. Then I watched a programme that's on the BBC called Astronauts Do You Have What It Takes? And it's members of the public, extraordinary members of the public, by the way. Like, everyone has a master's degree or better. And it's then being put through similar tests that people go through when they apply to be an astronaut. And Chris Hadfield, the former commander of the ISS, is like the main person behind it, and it's so interesting and really, really great program. So I watched that, and then I definitely noticed that I had a bit of a headache, so I had to stop. But that's way more TV than I would usually watch in a day. So to be honest, I'm not surprised I have a headache. It's sort of my own fault. I've been taking it easy for this afternoon and this evening. It's been really, really hot here today. It was hot yesterday as well. But today I've been struggling more, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to sleep much tonight because my room, as I've said previously, is like a sauna. So I think it might be a bit of a struggle, but hopefully I get some sleep and this headache passes. Unfortunately, today has been pretty frustrating. My mum had the day off work today, so we were sort of planning to go out somewhere, me, my mum and my dad, which would have been really nice because generally the rare times I'm able to leave the house for something not medical related. My mum's at work because me and my dad tend to do it in the week when it's less busy outside. So I was really looking forward to it, but today has just been another really, really terrible POTS day. And it's very strange because today's Tuesday and last Tuesday was a really bad POTS day and the Tuesday before. That is a weird coincidence, isn't it? There must be something I do every Monday or something that happens on Monday that my body just doesn't like, but I really can't think what it is. I couldn't really even sit up without being extremely symptomatic, so I mean leaving the house was just not an option. I have managed to edit quite a lot of my next video though, so that is a good thing. But other than that, today's just been a bit meh. The only thing that might redeem it is that tonight the Great British Bake Off starts again. But of course, it's a whole new Great British Bake Off. It's moved channels, there's a new judge, there's a whole new presenting team. Everyone's worried that it's going to be, well, rubbish now. And I mean, I don't think it will be as good because the original lineup was a classic, and the fact that there's adverts now, I think it might ruin the tone slightly. But I'm going to give it a go because I like Sandy Toksvig, I like Noel Fielding, I have nothing against Channel 4 as a whole, so I am excited to watch it. I'm hoping that will cheer me up this evening. I've been resting all day. I've drunk so much water. I was feeling the worst between about 12 and 3 p.m. And in that time, I think I drank about 3 pints of water. It was a lot. And it did help me feel a bit better because I can now sit up. I'm going to try and shut off my screens now. It's way earlier than I would usually do it, but I think I just want to try and chill out. And I think I'm going to try and read because that does usually help lift my mood. I didn't sleep well last night and I had counselling today, so I was a bit like, I didn't have a headache, which again is really surprising, and I'm really happy about that, but I was really tired. We talked through a lot about what happened last week, my appointments, how I was feeling about them, and then just generally about how I'm feeling quite introspective at the moment, despite the fact that I haven't been in formal education for too many years. I can't even remember. I still feel a little bit of excitement as September begins because it feels like a fresh start. Talking of September, today is a big day for all Harry Potter fans, of which I am definitely one. It's the 1st of September 2017, and today is the day that the epilogue of the last Harry Potter book takes place, and also the first part of The Cursed Child. So it is a big day, and I was looking on Twitter, there was loads of Harry Potter fans went to King's Cross and counted down till 11 o'clock because that's when the Hogwarts Express leaves. I did a post on Instagram because, I'm sure it's kind of obvious that I'm a really big Harry Potter fan, but it really does mean so much to me. And my parents are baffled by this. Me and my sister really have such a strong emotional connection with it still because we grew up with it. Prisoner of Azkaban was the first book I ever remember going to a bookshop to buy, and the excitement of getting that new Harry Potter book when it came out was like nothing else on earth. It was just so exciting. And not to mention the fact that the audiobooks have got me through so many long days and nights where I just felt so ill that all I could do was just lie in bed. They really got me through my illness. I'm not sure I would have survived it without them. So it's kind of a little bit of an emotional day for me. I'm feeling quite, not happy or sad, just reminiscent. That's the right word. I'm feeling very reminiscent about my childhood and about Harry Potter. I'm feeling absolutely exhausted now. I'm so tired. I didn't film anything yesterday because I just felt pretty horrible all day. I woke up at 5:30 a.m. and I didn't go back to sleep at all. It was just a struggle of a day. But then it hit the evening and the struggle started to be really intense. Although I was in bed trying to go to sleep very early, I couldn't sleep because I felt too ill. And that hasn't happened for a very long time, I realised as it was happening. So that is obviously a good thing, but it didn't feel very good while it was happening. My burping and dry heaving was really, really bad, which meant I couldn't lie down. But I was so exhausted that I couldn't hold my head up. So it was just a really difficult few hours whilst I waited for that to pass. And then when I finally got to sleep, luckily I did sleep quite well. And I didn't wake up until 7:30, which is obviously much better than 5:30. So I have been feeling much better today. But one thing that I did not have yesterday was a headache. Despite the fact I didn't sleep, despite the fact that I couldn't really tolerate much light yesterday, I didn't have a headache. And that is amazing to me. It truly is amazing. I've been using the mouthguard now for about a week and a half, and I have noticed such a difference in my pain levels. It's almost unbelievable to me, it really is. Before I had the mouthguard, I would have a constant headache. As I think I've said, it was just always on that level where you think, oh, this could turn into a migraine, I need to be really careful. So I was always really careful. I limited how much light I was exposed to, I limited how much I looked at screens, I limited how much I read, not just because of my energy, but because movement of my eyes really exaggerates the pain. And even then, my headache was pretty much constant. And the last week and a half, since I've been using the mouthguard, I've had 2 days where I've had a headache. And even within those 2 days, it wasn't all day, it was just for a few hours. And then it either went away, or because it was in the evening, I went to bed and I felt better when I woke up. And that's just incredible. It really is incredible. I can't put into words how amazing it is. Obviously, I'm still extremely limited in what I can do. I can't expose myself to a lot of light, but it's much more than it was before. I can't watch screens constantly, because who would want to do that anyway? But I can do it more than I was before. I can reply to messages quicker that my friends send me. It's just been so nice. I haven't really been able to do much more activity-wise because my orthostatic intolerance is another thing that really limits that, and that hasn't got any better with a mouthguard because why would it? So I am ending this week with actual tangible improvement that I can see and feel, and I cannot remember the last time that I had that, if ever, actually. Certainly not when I've been doing these videos, which is over a year. I'm so happy about that. I am pretty sure this video is going to be quite short, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you again next week. Bye!